children, how are you? This is CH Padma, English teacher, ZPS School Sicily, Kalamandal, West Godavari District, Andhra Pradesh. I am very happy to meet you all here, children. We are all having good friends. We share many things with our friends. Good friends do good things for us. Let us move on to the beautiful story of Johnsy and Sui, the supplementary reader 9th class English, The Last Leaf. Come and enjoy the story. Before we enter into the story, let us have a look the overview of the narration.
Overview of the lesson. Before you read, reading activity, question and answers. In this lesson, we learn story narration, thinking about it, talking about it, and suggested reading. Let us move on to the learning objectives. By the end of the lesson, you will be able to explain the plot of The Last Leaf, including the main characters and events that take place. Describe the physical and emotional state of Johnsy and Sui throughout the story using evidence from the text. Recognize the theme of hope, perseverance, and sacrifice present in The Last Leaf. Summarize the message of the story, highlighting the importance of facing tough times with courage and supporting others in need. Express an opinion on the actions of the character in The Last Leaf, including Behrman's sacrifice and Johnsy's change of perspective. State the significance of the last leaf as a symbol in the story and explain how it relates to the themes of hope and perseverance. Analyze the language and style used by the author O. Henry to convey the emotions and thoughts of the characters in The Last Leaf.
Summary of the story. Johnsy and Sui are two young artists who shared a small flat. The flat was on the third story of an old house.
The flat was on the third story of an old house.
Johnsy fell very seriously ill. She had pneumonia. She would lie in her bed without moving, just gazing out of the window. Children, let us know about the meanings of difficult words in this passage. Pneumonia, a disease caused due to the infection of the lungs. Pneumonia, a disease caused due to the infection of the lungs. Gazing, looking. Now we move on to the summary of the story. Sui, her friend, became very worried. She sent for the doctor. Although he came every day, there was no change in Johnsy's condition. Doctor asked Sui, "Is anything worrying Johnsy?" Sui replied, "No, but why do you ask?" Johnsy, it seems, has made up her mind that she is not going to get well. If she doesn't want to live, medicines will not help her. "Okay, doctor," Sui replied. Sui tried her best to make Johnsy take an interest in things around her. She talked about her clothes and fashions, but Johnsy did not respond. Continued to lie still on her bed. Sui brought her drawing board into Johnsy's room and started painting to take Johnsy's mind off her illness.
she whistled while working. Suddenly, Sui heard Johnsy whispered something. She quickly rushed to the bed and heard Johnsy counting backwards. She was looking out of the window and was saying 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Sui anxiously looked out of the window. She saw an old ivy creeper climbing halfway up the brick wall opposite their window. In the strong wind outside, the creeper was shedding its leaves. "What is, dear?" Sui asked. "6," whispered Johnsy. "The leaves are falling faster now. 3 days ago, there were almost 100 leaves. There are only 5 left." "No, it is autumn," said Sui, "and the leaves will fall." "When the last leaf falls, I will die," said Johnsy with finality. "I have known this for the last 3 days." "Oh, that's nonsense," replied Sui. "What have old ivy leaves to do with your getting well? The doctor is confident that you will get better." Johnsy did not say anything. Sui went and brought her a bowl of soup. "I don't want any soup. I am not hungry," said Johnsy. "Now there are only 4 leaves left. I want to see the last one fall before it gets dark. Then I will sleep forever." Sui sat on Johnsy's bed, kissed her, and said, "You are not going to die. I can't draw the curtain for I need the light. I want to finish the painting and get some money for us. Please, my dear friend," she begged Johnsy, "promise not to look out of the window while I paint." Children, let us know the meanings of difficult words from the previous passages. Whisper, to speak softly using ones. Ivy, a climbing plant. Let's get into the summary again. "All right," said Johnsy. "Finish your painting soon, for I want to see the last leaf fall. I am tired of waiting. I have to die, so let me go away peacefully, like one of those poor tired leaves." "Try to sleep," said Sui. "I have to paint an old manor. I'll call Behrman up to be my model." Sui rushed down. Behrman lived on the ground floor. He was 60 years old painter. His lifelong dream was to paint a masterpiece, but that had remained a dream. She poured out of her worries to Behrman. She told him how Johnsy was convinced that she would die when the last leaf fell. "Is she stupid?" asked Behrman. "How can she be so foolish? She is running a high temperature," complained Sui. "She refuses to eat or drink, and that worries me a lot." "I'll come with you and see Johnsy," Behrman said. They tiptoed into the room. Johnsy was sleeping. Sui drew the curtains together and they went to the next room. She peeped out of through the window. There was only 1 leaf on the creeper. It was raining heavily and an icy cold wind was blowing. It seemed as though the leaf would fall in any minute now. Behrman did not say a word. He went back to his room. Johnsy woke up next morning.
In a feeble voice, she asked Sui to draw the curtains. Sui was nervous. She drew back the curtains very reluctantly. "Oh!" Sui exclaimed as she looked at the vine creeper. "Look, there is still one leaf on the creeper. It looks quite green and healthy. In spite of the storm and the fierce winds, it didn't fall." "I heard the wind last night," said Johnsy. "I thought it would have fallen. It will surely fall today. Then I'll die." "You won't die," said Sui energetically. "You have to live for your friends. What would happen to me if you die?" Johnsy smiled weakly and closed her eyes. After every hour or so, she would look out of the window and find the leaf still there. It seemed to be clinging to the creeper. In the evening, there was another storm, but the leaf did not fall. Johnsy lay for a long time looking at the leaf. Then she called out to Sui, "I have been a bad girl. You have looked after me so lovingly, and I have not cooperated with you. I have been depressed and gloomy. The last leaf has shown me how wicked I have been. I have realized that it is a sin to want to die." She hugged Johnsy, then she gave her lots of hot soup and a mirror. Johnsy combed her hair and smiled brightly. In the afternoon, the doctor came. After examining his patient, he told Sui, "Johnsy now has the will to live. I am confident she'll recover soon. Now I must go downstairs and see Behrman. He is also suffering from pneumonia, but I am afraid there is hope for him." The next morning, Sui came and sat on Johnsy's bed. Taking Johnsy's hand in hers, she said, "I have something to tell you. Mr. Behrman died of pneumonia this morning. He was ill for only 2 days. The first day, the janitor found him on his bed. His clothes and shoes were wet and he was shivering. He had been out in that stormy night."
Let us know the meanings of difficult words from this passage.
Feeble, weak. Janitor, a person whose job is to look after a building.
Let us go to the summary.
Then they found a ladder and a lantern still lighted lying near his bed. There were also some brushes and green and yellow paints on the floor near the ladder. "Johnsy dear," said Sui, "look out of the window. Look at that ivy leaf. Haven't you wondered why it doesn't flutter when the wind blows? That's Behrman's masterpiece. He painted it the night the last leaf fell."
Let us know about the author. O. Henry, 1862-1910, was born in William Sidney Porter in Greensboro, North Carolina, USA. When he was 3, his mother died and he was raised by his grandmother and aunt. William was an avid reader, but at the age of 15, he left school and worked in a number of jobs, including that of bank clerk. He then became a journalist. In 1894, cash was found to have gone missing from the First National Bank in Austin, where he had worked and went to prison. He was freed in 1901 and changed his name to O. Henry. O. Henry published 10 collections and over 600 short stories. He died in 1010 at the age of 48. Okay, children, I want to ask you some questions. Question number 1. Who was the author of The Last Leaf? Here are your 4 options. Option A, O. Henry. Option B, Ruskin Bond. Option C, Horstmander. Option D, Oscar Wilde. Very good, children. Option A is the right answer. O. Henry. Question number 2. Mention the characters of the story The Last Leaf. Here are the 4 options. A. Behrman. B. Johnsy. C. Shuey. D. All the above. Well done, children. Option D is the right answer. All the above. Question number 3. Who was Johnsy? Here are the 4 options. Option A sick girl. Option B, a singer. Option C, a dancer. Option D, none of the above. Very good, children. Option A is the right answer. Yes, a sick girl. Question number 4. What was Behrman's dream? Here are the 4 options. A. To paint a masterpiece. B. To make colorful painting. C. To make poster. D. None of the above. Right answer. Option A is the right answer. To paint a masterpiece. Question number 5. What will happen when the last leaf falls? Here are the 4 options. A. Johnsy will recover. B. Johnsy will die. C. Nothing will happen. D. Not clear in the topic. Right answer. Very good. Option B is the right answer. Johnsy will die. Let us move on to think about it. 1. What is Johnsy's illness? What can cure her? The medicine or the willingness to live? 2. Do you think the feeling of depression Johnsy has is common among teenagers? 3. Behrman has a dream. What is it? Does it come true? 4. What is Behrman's masterpiece? What makes you say so? Talk about it. Have you ever felt depressed and rejected? How did you overcome such feelings? Share your experience with your classmates. Suggested reading: The Gift of the Maggie by O. Henry. Dusk by Saki H. Monroe. Chicken Soup for the Teenage Soul on Tough Stuff, compiled and edited by Jock Canfield, Mark Victor Hansen, Kimberly Kierberger. Okay, children. Hope you are all enjoyed the story. Go through the textbooks and learn many things. Bye.